friends. I'm Prairie Vintage. My name's Linda. I'm an energy intuitive reader here on YouTube. I use spirit and my intuition and the tarot to communicate energies. Today's reading, we have an immediate message for you from spirit. So this is something that spirit is wanting to communicate. It's a timeless message, although it is meant to find you today. And I don't know what it is, but it seems to be very important. So take a look at these three options and use your intuition to call you into whichever stone crystal you are pulled towards. If multiple crystals are calling to you, then that's absolutely fine. Could be multiple messages as long as you are resonating with the message coming in. And as usual, use your intuition to see, feel, or hear what you can connect with so that you know that the message is for you and that you have selected the right pile for yourself. So we have three options. Option one is this beautiful moonstone. And option two is the fluorite wand. And option three is the lepidolite pointed tower. So feel free to pause the video. I will let it run for a bit so that you can select whichever one you're comfortably sold on, I guess. And I will see you at your pile. Hello, my beautiful moonstone group. Absolutely love moonstone and the shimmer in this moonstone wand. We're taking a look at an immediate message here from spirit, what you need to hear, right now. This is a timeless message, so whenever you come across the video, the message was meant to find you, although spirit is insisting on this message being delivered today. So I have not looked at these oracle cards. We'll reveal them together. As usual, use your intuition to see, feel, or hear something that will confirm to you, indeed, this is your pile. And we will take a look at what you're needing to hear immediately today. So we have number 30 with integration. The frequency of integration supports our embrace of every aspect of ourselves, allowing what we perceive as positive and what we perceive as negative to harmonize in a balanced symphony of life. Wow. We have compassion, empathy, simpatico, and kindness with the number 14 or the number 5. We have Uran, joy and light. So we have a unicorn, and this person looks as though he is running with a red flag of sorts, and there's a bunch of mountains. And in the background, we see, it looks like a lion son of sorts. And he's got a halo of cannabis around his head. Or is that wheat? I don't know. It looks like a mixture of wheat and cannabis. All right. We have Imam Koli with root, number 38, or the number 11. We have fifth chakra with Archangel Gabriel, number 39, or the number 12. This is the throat chakra. We have Yang, masculine energy, card number 1. Well, why we're seeing the sun, also masculine energy here. Okay, root chakra is also represented by the masculine energy. We have workaholic, more blue, signifying the throat chakra. We have roots of abundance, and we have a root here, number 2, very similar with the roots of the tree. Roots of abundance. Okay. And we have shining through, number 30, joy and light. Shining through. And we also have wise salt, 28, or the number 10. Okay, so let's pull some tarot. And we'll ask Spirit to communicate to us what is this immediate message you're needing to hear right here, right now in this timeless reading. For pile number 1, Spirit, can we get clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile 1? What is this immediate message, this important message they're needing to hear right here, right now? Thank you so much, Spirit. Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message. And thank you so much, pile 1, for allowing me to tap into your energy. I'm so blessed. We have the Hanged, which is the Hangman, number 12, which came out in one of these cards already. We have Strength in reverse, which is giving me that Lion in the Sun, Leo energy, and Pisces energy. We have the 5 of Pentacles, and we have the High Priestess, Pisces energy, coming out again. And we have, well, these two are wanting to come together. 3. We have 8 of Wands, 8 of Cups, and the Ace of Blades, which is the Ace of Swords. All right, so let me see if I can fit these somehow, find a way. Sorry guys, give me a second. Okay. All right. So give me a minute to tap into this energy for you guys. Beautiful pile number 1. Okay. So this is an interesting energy here. I feel there is something that you have been sort of energetically building, committing to in some way, laying roots, and I think dedicating or devoting your commitment in some way. Although I feel as though something in the material world has not sort of happened. So try to follow with this message because this is interesting. I feel like you've been sort of understanding a situation of what's going on around you, something that you've been building on, laying the foundation. But I feel as though you have not been sort of communicating or revealing the next part of this thing. This is a very strange energy for me to read. And I have a feeling it's because you are not sure, or you are not ready, or you are not confident enough to proceed in whatever this is. So you feel like this is something that could stand the test of time, something that you'd like to devote yourself to. But I feel like you haven't been able to accomplish something so far in this thing that you're trying to achieve. And I feel because you feel like you're unable to, or are missing something to do this, or not able to authentically communicate something here that you want. And so I feel like you've been contemplating for quite some time on how you could make something happen that seems almost impossible to you. And it seems like you've been at it for quite some time in the same sort of fashion. But I feel as though you want to take this kind of to the next level in some way, or there's something you want to accomplish now, because I feel like there's only so much root that you can lay. So the big message, though, that I'm feeling here from Spirit is your ability to trust in yourself to openly express something here that you have not been able to do in order for things to progress, because I do feel there is like a buildup of something. And I feel like the buildup of something is stuck. And I feel like now you're not content with where you're at or how things are. And so I feel like you've been contemplating how to progress for quite some time, but I feel like there is a stuckness here. And the stuckness is in your own belief in accomplishing something, specifically to move something forward, communicate something here out of your highest truth. I feel like the parts that are hidden are causing your feeling of lack here. And Spirit is saying, despite all of your hesitancy or self-speak of something that you feel is not going to work or cannot work or has not worked, or that you actually have an energy here with Spirit and something you're not quite seeing about how you can navigate this, that doesn't come from a mental space. It comes from an honest, authentic space that allows movement. So I feel like there's an energy of you getting in a mindset here that is making you feel more stuck in some way the longer you're in it. And Spirit is wanting you to have some understanding and compassion within yourself to allow yourself to show kindness to yourself, but also believe that you're able to accomplish this, whatever that this is. I'll pull tarot to see, but it's I see two worlds here, and it's hard to explain because I feel like this is something that is very, very much an energetic thing that you've been working on, laying roots and pretty solid. Because I do believe you want fruits for the future, or something you really want to attain for yourself. Something that makes you very happy. And something I think that on an intuitive level of understanding that, you know, would be for you. But I feel like you've been not allowing yourself to take the next step in this project, this thing. Because I feel like you don't trust yourself in some way to accomplish something here, or for whatever reason, it's not been communicated yet. So there is a need for balance because it's staying on an energetic level of sorts. I'm not sure. This is a tough reading. So I'm going to ask Spirit for some more because I don't know exactly what this immediate message is for you. I mean, you know, if you're stuck somewhere, the only real guidance I was getting was for you to trust that the longer you kind of stay stuck and not in your confident energy, that's more of you doing this kind of to yourself, and that moving forward is certainly going to come with Spirit at your side in some way to accomplish something here successfully and to show some kindness to yourself, because I do feel like you're more experienced maybe than you're thinking. Okay, let's pull some more. What is this immediate message here for pile 1 all about, Spirit? Can we get more information, clear and concise, right here, right now, in regards to pile 1? And what is this message? What is this thing that they're dedicating themselves to? We have the King of Cups in reverse. Yeah, it's like you haven't been able to express yourself, show. It's like behind the scenes, I think this is something you're committed to in some way, but I think on the surface you've been really blocked with this King of Cups in reverse. This is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. 9 of Pentacles. Let's draw some more before we read that 9 of Pentacles. The Magician in reverse. It's like you're doubting your ability to be successful at something, accomplish something, manifest something. 6 of Swords. Yeah, and Spirit is saying to move forward from a mindset here that you have that I think you're is not helping you. And so you don't feel very good where you're at right now with this project or this thing. 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, you have been putting in energy and you haven't seen what you want to see, or at least it hasn't fruited yet in some way. But I feel like maybe you're the one thinking it's because of you. And in a way, I do feel it is because of you in some way, because I do feel like you're blocked or have been blocking yourself from manifesting something here. Knight of Wands, yeah, and moving forward, and the 3 of Cups. So I think you want to move forward with something. You definitely want to move forward with something, and you've been challenged. And I feel like the challenge here is your own self. And you don't know if you're going to be successful. And I feel you are going to be successful, but I feel like there's action required. And your action is to allow yourself to come forward. To trust in yourself and your ability to communicate something here, to express yourself. Yeah, so let me get a clarifier here. I'm going to get a clarifier here for this 3 of Cups. Because this could be a network of people showing up in some way. We have the Nine of Wands and the Page of Pentacles in reverse. So it's like a guarded energy here and not allowing oneself to enjoy the opportunity here. When it comes to other people, I'm kind of getting the same. Okay, so this is more confirmation of what we were picking up, but now I want to know, why are we getting this message? Like, what are you being told here about this? So, Spirit, thank you so much for that. What is pile 1 being guided to do here? What is the message then for pile 1? What are they needing to know about this? Thank you so, so much. And I think you definitely know more than you think. And like in regards to being successful at whatever this is. But I don't think you trust yourself is what I feel here. So you're being told to allow yourself this, but because again, with the negative, every aspect of ourself, what we perceive as positive and negative isn't actually negative or positive at all. It's more of how we perceive it. So you might be perceiving something as being impossible or difficult when in fact it's not. It's more of your perception. We have the Three of Pentacles. We have the Knight of Swords in reverse. We have the Hermit. So Virgo energy. These cards are sticking together. Two of Pentacles and the Three of Wands. And I am going to pull 2 more. So we have the Magician again coming out in reverse. And the King of Swords now in reverse. Okay. So I guess this message is what it is, and it's going to be relevant to whoever this is resonating with. But I feel like there is an opportunity for you to work with another to create something here that you haven't taken a chance on. You have not stepped forward. In fact, you've been removed. And you've been contemplating, you've been going back and forth, and you're being called to expand in this situation here in order to gain experience for yourself, because I feel like this is going to add to your growth as an individual, add to your future, add to your life in some way. And I think Spirit is saying mentally, you're getting stuck in your own mind about whether or not you are capable of doing something here. But the Magician has all the tools capable. And I feel like you're telling yourself you're lacking something. And I think what you might feel you're lacking here could be how to communicate something, or the empowerment to get yourself empowered to do something. You feel like it's a major obstacle that you're not able to overcome, and Spirit's saying all you need is to trust in your own ability and lean in on your own strength and courage to find it within yourself to do this, to move forward and have compassion on yourself, because I feel like you will be successful, and maybe you just needed to hear whether you'd be successful or not. And I'm getting heavy, just do it. Just do it. Don't think about it with your mind, and don't be waiting for something to confirm. I mean, you got this message confirming, but something further to confirm to you whether you should move forward or not. Spirit is saying move forward, and things will start to flow. Things will start to move. Even if you feel there are obstacles, or you're missing tools, or you're not able to get going, I feel like this is going to open up a lot of doors for you. But I do feel like you feel you're lacking in something, and you're going back and forth, and you're not quite sure if you could pull it off. And I feel like this is going to be the baseline of something huge in your life. I feel like this is also something that is going to grow into something quite significant and meaningful to you. Very much so. And I think it's going to bring you a sense of purpose. And so in the grand scheme of things, Spirit is saying, do not allow your mind and thoughts of not having or whatever logically you're telling yourself is not working or making sense to you get in the way of you doing. That this is something that just requires a doing and a trust. Trust in your own doing here. Okay. Yeah, so that's what your message is here, pile one. I hope this made sense. Sorry, it's a little rough, but it's now pretty clear. That's the message. So this is for somebody who needs to hear this immediate message today. Maybe you're planning on something. And for all of you guys, like I said, it's something different, but you should know what this is, because I do feel like you've been holding back in some way or unable to find it within yourself to do something you really want to do here, and it's been stuck or made you feel really stuck or like you couldn't. Okay, so I will see you soon. Bye-bye. Hello, my beautiful pile number 2. You picked the fluorite wand. Absolutely beautiful. Let's get into your reading. So I asked Spirit for an immediate message here that you're needing to hear. Actually, Spirit wanted this reading to come out today for you. So if you found this reading, this is a timeless reading. Spirit does have a message, an important message for you right here, right now that you're needing to hear. I don't know what it is. I had a little bit of trouble navigating through pile 1. So I'm hoping I can do this reading justice for you. Now use your own intuition for what you're going to see, feel, or hear that can confirm to you indeed this is your message from Spirit. All right. So we have the sacral chakra, number 2, the frequency of sacral chakra. The orange flower of life supports our ability to flow with our desires and stimulates our creative power to manifest success and abundance in our lives. Wow. We have transgression, flaws, contradictions, and mistake with 41. Interesting. We had a unicorn coming out in pile 1. More unicorns here and here. Transgression, flaws, contradictions, and mistake. Okay. We have hood love with community. We have Chiron with heal. 28, or the number 10. We have contract, number 6. Heavy Libra vibes, also lovers with Gemini coming through. All right, we have 24 with time for a nap. Also number 6 coming out again. And we have prayer. We have the uncharted sea, 46. Or number 11. Sorry, number 10. I can't count. The uncharted sea. 10's coming out twice and 6 coming out twice. So that could be significant. Number 40, the land between. All right, and we also have the mystical sister, number 50. Let's pull some tarot. Spirit, for pile number 2, can we get a clear and concise message? What is this immediate message they're needing to hear right here, right now for pile 2, for the greatest and highest good of pile 2? Spirit, thank you so much. Please protect me as I channel this message and protect pile 2 as I deliver it. Thank you so much, pile 2, for allowing me to tap into your energy and the energy around you at this time. I'm truly blessed. Thank you so much. So we have the 10 of Swords. We have the Justice in reverse. And we do have the Ace of Discs in reverse. We have the 5 of Wands. And we have 8 of Pentacles. And we have the Moon. Okay. So I think, hang Hang on, give me a second. Interesting that we have the justice contract here and we have justice here. Okay, so I feel like there is an experience here that with some people or a person, but I feel like it made you withdraw in some way. And I feel like you've been trying to find a way to kind of just get over something or find peace within something. And it could be that whatever this is could be parting with something that's been very painful, but I think the thing itself is painful. And so I feel like you haven't been able to start in the direction that you're wanting to go in. And so you might feel a little bit like questioning whether you're on the right path or what exactly are you supposed to be doing, or conflicted about what's going on here now, because I feel like you're in a transitional period here from experience something that was very unpleasant. So this is taking some time, and the time that you're taking to process this is absolutely fine. And so I think there's a little bit of feeling blind or not seeing something has you kind of in a state of anxiety, or at least feeling conflicted what you're supposed to be doing or focusing yourself on. It's an interesting transition right now because you don't know if you're moving forwards or backwards or what's happening. So the message here, the immediate message, is when you are healing, and it is okay to not know exactly where you're going, that spirit is saying your prayers are definitely being heard, and there is an energy around you. Somebody, could be family member, could be friend. I'm feeling a feminine energy here around you that is able to kind of guide you in some way here, being sent by spirits to allow you to transform with support here from somebody as you heal, as you slowly start to understand what it is you want to move towards and what you want to work towards. And so it is an uncomfortable transition, and you might have not have maybe met this person yet, or maybe this person is around you but you're not quite sure what is going on. So I feel like the journey is yours, and I feel like there is a need to surrender the fact that you can't see exactly what is in front of you, and that information will come to you as you need it. But I feel there is a delivery here of someone that's bringing in something that's allowing you some sort of reprieve, or at least some knowledge or some information, some comfort in your navigation as you transition. I feel like there's an old part of yourself that is needing to fully be released, and as you process this, it could be quite painful. And the transition here, Spirit wants you to know, is actually going to be more joyous than maybe you are anticipating that you could make this transition more joyous, that it doesn't have to be conflict, that it doesn't have to feel the way it's feeling, that if you allow yourself to lean into it and say, okay, I know I'm in a transition period, I know I'm healing, I know if nothing is happening here that I'm still moving in the right direction, although I don't see it so much, and that you don't have to be working on something directly right now, and that as the inspiration comes, then you'll be able to focus on something that you can see. But right now, if you're trying to focus on something, Spirit is saying, pull back your energy. Don't be focused in on anything really to avoid dealing with the transition here of something that has hurt you, something I feel that needs to be fully resolved and processed. Allow yourself to feel, allow yourself to heal, allow yourself to process, and allow yourself to let people in that are going to support you in your journey. That you don't have to do this alone. Specifically, I'm feeling this with the mystical sister here. There is a feminine energy here, and we have community. So I feel like there could be multiple people, but I feel there is specifically one person here allowing you to kind of have a safe space of not having to feel alone throughout this sort of transition. But I also feel like an aggression kind of coming from you in some way. I feel like you might still be angry, or you might still feel something inside you that is very intense. And Spirit is saying it's not going to just go away without you processing this and allowing yourself to release and feel it, instead of maybe trying to focus or do something else, or cross your fingers and hope it goes away in some way. I don't think that's how it's going to work here. So there is a need to lean into it, is kind of what I keep hearing. Lean into this transformation. Lean into your anger or pain until it flushes out in some way. That this sort of transition, there's a healthy way to do this that is going to be more abundant for you, and will make this period of time go by a lot faster, easier, safer, much more enjoyable for you by leaning into it, and also by knowing that there is love and support around you that you might be shut out from. That leaning into how you're feeling and being acknowledging what you're going through here, and just letting it process, absorbing it. Then you can process this, then you can see bit by bit where you're supposed to be headed. So if you've been stuck in this for a bit, and you're thinking like, okay, like when's the next thing? I'm already kind of feeling like I need to be moved on. Spirit's saying, no, you don't need to be moved on, because you're still processing and healing whatever this is. And until you allow yourself to go through it in the way that allows you to fully process, it's going to sit there. No amount of distraction is going to help. No amount of focusing on something else is going to help. No amount of busy work is going to change the fact that this needs to be processed in some way. And you might feel out of control at first if you allow yourself, but Spirit's saying then allow yourself to feel out of control and out of balance, because that feeling will eventually flush out, and eventually there will be clarity towards what you're supposed to be doing, but the healing is needing to happen. So I'm going to pull more tarot to see if we can get some more here. Yeah, I think you might have been avoidant of your own healing, or pretending in some way, or not wanting to see, or not wanting to feel or address the full depth of your healing, or the fullness of what you're supposed to kind of be processing or fleshing out. So it's not flushing through you. It's not allowing you to move forward. It's kind of stagnant here. So I feel there is a message here that whatever prayers you've had, because I do feel like you've been wanting to get better or heal or get over, is being given to you in way of people here to help support you in this transition. But now on you to sort of allow yourself to flush things out. So we have the Hermit, we have the Three of Wands, we have the Ace of Swords. Yeah, time to move forward, because you're kind of in the same energy here. And when I say move forward, it's forward in your healing. Knight of Wands and the reverse, and the Six of Pentacles. Yes. Okay, wait, I'm going to pull one more. Knight of Swords in reverse. So what I feel Spirit is saying here is that whatever's happened to you that is painful and that you're needing to process is definitely painful and needing to process. And I think you've been reflecting in some way, but I think the real healing is needing to happen in a different way than you've been engaged. I feel like Spirit wants you now to take the next step here in your healing, because you've been removed, so removed, but still not processing the healing in the way that you're supposed to be, which is facing the truth of what you're feeling inside. And so for a lot of you guys, it might be having to talk about it. And hence this person, community, someone maybe you need to talk about it to get it out, will allow you to move forward and allow the expansion here of your healing, so that you're able to then pursue new things, exciting things. But I think the excitement for new things and direction isn't coming until we fully process and heal. That's what's going to restore balance in our life. And I think a lot of you guys might have been showing up in a hurt way. Yeah, showing up in a hurt way here. Not really showing up. Showing up in a sort of a defensive mode, if you show up at all, because I do feel you've been removed and kind of given up on yourself or your healing in some way. So understand that just being disconnected and aggressive in some way on the outside isn't really dealing with what's going on in the inside. And it might be difficult to be honest and have honest conversations, but that's where you're needing in order to move forward. Let me pull some more. These messages are really interesting and difficult for me to read, but there's an immediacy here. So maybe you're being really called to recognize here something that you need to release, like right away here, with communication to someone you trust here, in order for you to transition away from this. And I don't know what the significance of the timing is, but I do feel like it is time, for whatever reason. it is time here. The Fool, yeah, for you guys to have a new beginning and for you guys to freely be able to open up in a way that helps you to heal and release some of this stuff that's had you kind of prisoner and held back. Five of Pentacles, feeling out in the cold. The key is in your hand to get yourself out of this state of a Five of Pentacles. Six of Wands, the Two of Swords, and the Queen of Cups. I don't feel this is your energy. I feel this is the same feminine energy I was feeling over here. This is a lot of love. I feel there is a lot of love being poured to you. And I feel like you're withdrawn or removed from receiving love. And I feel like you're stuck and unable to decide, unable to find your balance, unable to do something here, communicate truths. So it's making you feel out in the cold. And not allowing you to move forward and explore a certain expansion within yourself. So you stay stuck out in the cold, not feeling like you've been successful with something here because of an indecision and inability to choose or move forward here. So I don't know if you're unable to progress here. In expressing love, or if you have someone here that is wanting to give you love in some way to allow you to transform and guide you towards where you're supposed to be going. But I feel there is a closed off energy here because there is a need to heal. And I feel like your healing is coming through quite aggressively and also in the opposite way of what you're really needing, in a way of distractions or distracting self or not doing something here and hoping it would pass in some way. It's not passing and it's not going to pass. There's a need to face something, but I feel there is delivery here of someone. And I do feel this is like come through because of a prayer or a desire that you've put out to the universe, like a manifestation you've wanted to get from a mindset or a state to another. And now it's up to you to get there. And that this transition could be peaceful and prosperous. But I feel like there is resistance, but there's also not allowing the transition to happen peacefully. So it's making more challenge. So I don't know why we're seeing this feminine energy constantly coming up here, aside from someone here supporting you in some way. I don't know. It could be, like I said, a sister figure, a mother figure, a really good friend. Doesn't even maybe have to be a feminine, aside from somebody who is in their feminine quality, which is showing love and support in a motherly way of unconditional love. So let's ask Spirit, why are we seeing this message? Why are you needing to know that your healing is kind of at a standstill? Maybe you've had enough. Maybe you're not really seeing. Because I did feel like you felt kind of blind here. And maybe you were waiting for something, some piece of information to come to you to know how to decide or proceed or something. And yeah, how to navigate. Maybe you're waiting and waiting because you're not quite sure. So let's see. Spirits, why is pile number 2 hearing this message? What are they needing to know? Anything further that needs to be clarified for the viewer that I might have missed, please and thank you. So yeah, the Three of Wands. This is, again, expansion, waiting for ships to come in so we can have movement to move on to the next kind of stage here. Open up our heart space. Ace of Cups. So you might be blocked here from having a healthy emotional beginning, and it could very well be with somebody who is trying to connect with you on some level, because you're having to deal with things on an internal level that might be going on in your subconscious, in the sacral, that is all about ego, and that is all about where we store parts of ourselves that we need to look at so that we can heal, like areas of transgression where we're aggressively sort of feeling things in a way that we're attached to pains in some way. 8 of Pentacles. Yeah, and there could be a lot of fear in opening up. There could be fear in how to work on something, how to move forward, how to expand, how to express, how to open up heart space. Knight of Cups in reverse. So, why Spirit is telling you this? I think you're stuck. And I think you're stuck. And when you tie it back to why you're stuck or unable to energetically feed a situation here, is because you have fears that I don't think you see as fears. I think you feel you are sitting on, I don't know, part of yourself that you feel needs healing or needs to be worked on, but there's fear here in actually doing the work. And the work here is supposed to be you taking a deeper look at yourself from a perspective of leaning into your feelings, leaning into the hurts, leaning into any ego you have, and then communicating this out loud, seeing it for what it is, expressing it, feeling it, not avoiding it, not trying to wait for it to go away on its own, because I feel there's a huge block here and it's limiting you from expressing and showing love. And if this person that I'm picking up here is a family member, then it's love on the most fundamental level. And if this is a romantic person, then it's not allowing you to have an emotional new beginning in a romantic sense because of the traumas. And the key is in your hands to heal this. There's an ability for you to actively do what you need to do in order to get better. And I don't think you're doing this, so it's stuck. It's not allowing you to expand and move forward. So that's why you're seeing this. Now, let's ask, what sort of more advice do you need to know aside from communicating this? Is all I really see, and leaning into it and maybe acknowledging that you're the one kind of in your own way. Spirit, what more does pile number 2 need to hear about this healing, about this message? What do they need to hear? That's, yeah, the truth, exactly. So there's a need to see clearly as well, because maybe you're not seeing yourself as problematic in this as you are, because I do feel like you're kind of removed and maybe not taking full accountability for how you can engage with your healing. The King of Wands, yeah, how you can take action, how you can be empowered to seek out truths, how you can see things clearly, how you can communicate and be confident in your steps forward. 9 of Swords. You have a lot of anxiety, and it's causing a lot of maybe sleepless nights or mental thoughts that you don't want to have. And I feel like this Ace of Swords is right in the middle and it's pointing down. So all your anxiety, all of your strife is caused by you not addressing some sort of truth within yourself that needs to be looked at. And all the moon always talks about, you know, seeing illusion. So you might be seeing something for not what it is. And I think what you're not seeing is the part of you that needs to be dealt with in a different way. Here's the moon again. You'd rather kind of maybe trick yourself in some way. And I think you're tricking yourself in some way that's keeping you hostage to your own minds, to your own pain. And I feel it's aggressive in some way. And when you remove this Ace of Swords, you have the 8 Swords here, which is that mental prison. It's your own thought, your own belief in something that has you stuck. So why you're seeing this is you're being called to allow yourself to really communicate how you're feeling inside and lean into it. And it's very angry, but I feel like it needs to be dealt with. And in fact, you're being called to deal with it. So 3 of Cups, that's reconciliation, that's opening heart space in order to have success. And I feel like, because these could either be read in the upright or reverse the way these cards are. So I feel like this is really the message here, is like, if you don't let people in, if you're not allowed to express yourself in a network of people, you're not going to have the victory you want to seek. And I feel like you're not wanting to be seen for the authentic being of who you are here. And that's not the truth. So you're stealth-like. You're not wanting to be visible. So Spirit is saying, allow yourself to be seen. That's the way you're going to have success. Allow yourself to open up. And because you're having massive anxieties here and stuckness because of your inability to find the confidence within yourself to find the truth of speaking a truth here and empowering yourself to move forward. And the only way to move forward is to lean into it, and that it is temporary, and that your prayers have been answered in way of someone here that I feel is wanting to help you, or at least it will guide you to move forward. But I feel you're not allowing the transition. You're not allowing yourself to move forward. And so you're stuck. Okay, so this is what I have here for pile 2, is a very direct message, and maybe not for everybody. So let me know in the comments if this resonated for you, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye. Hello, my beautiful pile number 3. You picked the Lepidolite Pointed Tower. Love this stone. Let's get into your reading. I've not looked at the oracle cards. I did ask Spirit to help me in pulling these cards, and what Spirit wanted was to deliver an immediate message for you right here, right now, what you need to know. And this is a timeless reading, so whenever you come across this reading, the message was meant to find you, although Spirit was insisting this message came out today to be delivered today. So I don't know what the significance of the timing is for you, but this is what we have. So use your intuition to see, feel, or hear anything that will confirm to you that this is indeed your message today. Okay, so let's take a look. So we have healing with 29, or the number 11. The frequency of healing supports our intrinsic ability to restore our health and wholeness by consciously using the information that comes to us through our senses and harmonizing everything accordingly. Wow. We have the monster within. Internal struggle, personal challenges, wanting to improve. The number 25, or the number 7. And we have Mabudi with key. Look at all those keys. And the doctor's stethoscope, talking about healing. Interesting. We have transformation, IKU, Iku. This is the death card in the tarot. We have 9th house with exploration, number 47, or number 11 coming out again. 9th house, exploration, all about travel, wisdom, philosophy, higher education, religion, relations, learning. Okay, blossoming abundance, number 3. 28 with building blocks. Okay, let me shuffle these just slightly down because I do want room for the tarot. Okay, and we have building blocks, 28, or number 10, and we have balance. And we have let it go, number 24, or the number 6, 2 hummingbirds, beautiful, with the heart in the center. And we have great and full, number 4, ooh. And we have the yellowing, number 14, or the number 5. So let's read great and full because I'm being called to read it. And then I'll pull a couple of tarot and we'll get into your intuitive reading. But I do I want to read this great in full. Number 4. We have the mindful practice of gratitude, knowing that you are enough, committing to your intentions, a sense of sufficiency, letting go of attachment to form. Before you can begin to understand the process of manifesting your desires, you need to practice deep gratitude and the willingness to share that with others. This is the true nature of prosperity. It's not about the things you accumulate at all. It's about how you feel. You're invited to surrender to an important truth. There is always enough for you. There is enough time to do the things you need and desire to do, enough opportunities to express your talents and connect to your purpose, and enough magic circulating through the invisible world into the visible. Begin your day immersed in gratitude for everything you have and everything you can't see yet. The unmanifest, which begins with every breath you take. Know that you are enough and all your needs are being fulfilled, even if you doubt this in some moments. No one's success can make you feel small, and comparing yourself to others never works. Your life is brimming with unique potential. Focus on that. When you hold this feeling of gratitude, it acts as a magical open sesame to the floodgates of abundance. Couple that with a playful sense of detachment, and you'll find the miracles have an uncanny way of showing up in your life. Your intentions burst forth into reality with little effort on your part. There is hope brimming with potentiality. It's okay that you don't always trust this. You're not alone in holding the candle high for transformation. Interesting. Transformation. Right now, contemplate how being in the energy of enough makes you feel. Eventually, you will have no attachment to what you do or do not manifest in the material world, what you do or do not have. Then, like magic, you have more than enough. What a fascinating universe we live in. Beautiful. Your message is a lot different than the first two. It's already coming through, but I'm going to pull tarot. I'm going to pull the tarot. So, Spirit, what is this immediate message pile number 3 is needing to hear right here, right now? Clear and concise for the greatest and highest good of pile 3. Thank you so much. Please protect me in pile 3 as I channel this message. Thank you so, so much. And thank you so much, pile 3, for allowing me to tap into your energy. We have the 4 of Wands. We have the Page of Cups in reverse. We have the 3 of Wands. We have the 2 of Pentacles, and we have the Moon. So pile 3, it's so exciting because I feel like you're working on something here. You're actively working on something here, and you're making a huge difference in your life. I feel like you finally found what you're needing to find here in the foundation to self. And so I think you're still fleshing out some stuff, but I think you have the key. And as you continue to flesh things out that aren't serving you, and you detach from things that have held you back, I feel you get closer and closer to finding a state of where you need to be. So I feel like there's still a situation that might be unresolved here in some way. And you're learning to cope with disappointments and situations and people and things that might not be exactly perfect. But I feel like what Spirit wants you to know right here, right now, is that you are expanding and you are growing and you are making huge leaps and bounds in progress here, although you might sometimes feel like you might take a step back and you might not be seeing exactly in front of you. And I feel like maybe you also could be comparing where you're supposed to be in your journey. For a lot of you guys, this could be your spiritual journey, but just your journey in finding self. And so as we compare to others or compare to things, we're still kind of in our logical mind of how we should be. But Spirit is saying, as you release a lot of where you think you need to be, or what you're seeing in front of you with your eyes being kind of the result of your efforts, is kind of an illusion here, that it's how you feel on the inside that is really the biggest indicator here of the progress that you're making. And I feel like your insides are slowly shifting from feeling external controls or disappointments or sadness or things out of your control to now feeling in control and closer to self. And you're now able to really appreciate even the smallest joys here in your life. I feel this is a huge transformation, a huge shift in yourself. And I feel like you've detached a lot from things that were holding you back. And so now you're making a lot of space for what's coming in. So I think the significance of hearing this message, one, is huge confirmation for the work that you have been doing. Two is to know that you can allow yourself to explore a little bit more. That if you feel like how you're exploring is taking a step back, it actually is not. So if you have questions that seem unresolved in some way, explore that. Allow yourself to do whatever it's feeling like doing in the moment here, because I feel like even if you entertain something here, it's with the full mind of knowing that you're allowing yourself to detach and not be attached to something that you'll disconnect from. So I hope that makes sense. It's almost like allow yourself to explore, but not get too attached. Allow yourself to do whatever you feel you need to do. And it's okay. It's not what you're doing that's telling you whether you're progressing or not. It's more how you're feeling about it. So if you're attached to it and doing it, it's different than recognizing inside you're not attached and doing it. So, let's say if we give up some sort of addiction, for example, because we're addicted to it, it definitely makes sense, right? But when we do whatever that act is without the addiction, it becomes something else, and we don't have regressions. We don't put the same weight in those actions. So it's not like we are regressing. Now, I'm not saying if you haven't drank in years and years, go have a drink and you're fine. What I'm saying is that addictions could be a lot of things, and everything in moderation, right? Because there's lots of people that go out and have a drink, and that doesn't mean they're not spiritual or that they've lost themselves or that they are addicts, right? But again, we got to be very mindful and cautious of what our triggers are and what our attachments are, right? Because there's certain people who just sit around and watch TV all day, and that's their addiction, right? And there's certain people who can sit down, watch TV, and it doesn't impede on their life. And for some people it can. So I feel here there is a need to recognize that your internal work has been so much that you can have some leniency on yourself to explore parts of yourself and see how you feel on the inside. How does it make you feel? Because I feel this is the true growth and expansion that you're looking for now, is to play with yourself in a way that you recognize and understand what's going on inside of you, and to remain detached and, detached from things in a way that doesn't create an attachment, but feel them and let it flow through you. So this is a very spiritual reading. And I feel like there is you wanting something here for yourself, and you're allowed to want it. You're allowed to want it, is what Spirit is saying. As long as you're not attached in a way that's going to impact your being, you can desire things and you can explore it. You can explore what that looks like for you. There's no shame in that. So you might be restricting yourself in some way from something you want. Is kind of what I feel. Let me see. Spirit, what is this message about for pile 3? What is this message for pile 3? This immediate message they're needing to hear right here, right now. What is this message? You have the 10 of Wands. Yeah, I feel like you're being held back by something, or you're telling yourself you can't desire something, and it's, Temperance. The need to balance this healing. It's not all or nothing. You don't have to be completely this enlightened being that doesn't get angry and represses So I feel there's a state of repression here in some way. Queen of Wands in reverse. 10 of Swords. 2 10s. And 10 of Cups. Wow. 10, 10, 10. Pile 3. Now I know why this was immediate. I was like, why are we getting this message? You know you're healing. But I feel like there's something here you're repressing. And allow yourself to go there. That is the balanced healing. If you're angry, I know enlightened people don't get angry and throw huge fits, but they're allowed to get angry. You know, whatever. Go in your room and freak out and allow yourself to feel what you feel. Explore what you need to. Balance your energy out. I feel like you're really focused on accomplishing some sort of healing within yourself, but it comes with this heaviness because I feel like you're not just allowing things to kind of be a bit within yourself, more natural, because we are human. So if we feel emotion, we should allow ourselves to feel emotion. So like this is crazy. Like we have Temperance, which is all about balance and bringing in the right sort of ingredients here to temper situations. And so I feel like that is the challenge that you're having here. And these are two opposite things, like painful ending, and this is like the ultimate happiness. So I don't see any middle ground here. And in fact, I see this Queen of Wands, which could be somebody kind of wearing a mask or suppressing something. So the way you can go from some pain or some ending of sorts to what you want, I feel like is going to be a process. And what that process is kind of missing, because I don't think you're allowing yourself to explore. I don't think you allow yourself to entertain yourself in some way. Like you don't have to be in this 10 of Cups energy. You're only focused on what that 10 of Cups is going to be. You can say, let me experience whatever life has. And it could be, you know, something that comes through as pain, but it's only pain if we attach or appoint pain to it. But that is the journey. It's going to be up and down and up and down, and gradually we're getting towards our 10 of Cups. That's how we find balance. So we might be forcing, yeah, my email's confirming, we might be forcing something by suppressing it. Okay, so if you have feelings coming up, if you have whatever coming up, allow yourself to feel. 3 of Pentacles. Allow yourself to fully be honest with yourself. And have the 2 of Cups. And we have the Hanged, which is the Hangman, and that is coming in reverse. And we have the Tower in reverse. And we have the Ace of Swords. Like I said, honesty with self. So I feel like you want to find balance with another. I feel like you want love. I feel like you want to create something. I feel like you want to come together with another, and maybe it's not happening. Okay, it's not happening. And things have been stuck. And maybe it kept you stuck for some time. So you're working on letting this go. And so I feel like the full way to actually allow this to go completely would be to accept some sort of truth here to how you're feeling and allow everything to sort of fall away in a way that isn't repressing something. So if you feel still a certain way, or see something still in a certain way, there's a need to accept that you see it in a way until the Tower falls, until you can embrace something differently or see something differently. But we can't just force ourselves to see something different until we have the process of it coming to us in some sort of natural way, organically, which I think it will, because I think you're still grieving something here. I think you're still letting something go. So you might just be kind of building, yeah, I feel like you're building on it, like you're not fully going there and you're kind of suppressing yourself. So now Spirit's saying, okay, maybe revisit something that you've been building on top of instead of addressing for some time, and see if you feel the same. Maybe there's a little bit more that you're needing to let go of in order to move forward. So you can explore, how am I feeling now? Am I in the same attachment? Have I made progress? Am I able to step on to the next sort of phase in my life here? This is the challenge, okay? Because maybe you've been avoiding looking at this because it's been painful, or just you didn't kind of get what you wanted. Because I feel you wanted to work with someone, or you wanted love from someone, or to have a cohesive relationship of sorts, balance, and I don't think you found it. So maybe you have to just move on, right? But I mean, yeah, move on. But now you can't suppress, and you can't just pretend. So let's ask, why are we seeing this? And what does pile 3 need to hear about this right here, right now, in this immediate message? We have the 3 of Swords. Yeah, there's still pain. I could feel that. That I think needs to be handled with more truth. Knight of Blades, Knight of Swords in reverse. The Chariot. Cancer energy, the 3 of Cups, and the Queen of Swords. Okay, so what Spirit is saying, there's something that hurt you, and you might have been moving away and focus on self and growing, and you just kind of left it. I feel you left it, you didn't look back, and you move forward, and good, because you've done lots of healing, lots of transformation, lots of self-improvement, trying to find balance, building your foundation. So now Spirit is saying there's still more there that needs to be done. And so even if you feel like you want to get past it, the only way to get past it is through it. And I feel like there's a need to review things now from where you're at within whatever that situation was, because I think logically now you're going to see things differently, feel things differently than you have in the past because of all the healing you've been doing. And this will allow you to move forward. This will allow you freedom. This will allow you to move to the next step of whatever it is that you need. And I think it's going to bring some different feelings for you that I don't think you're expecting to see there. But if you keep trying to ignore in some way some pain that's happened here, and so that you can move on, we can't ignore it. In order to move on, we have to look at it. And yeah, sometimes it's good just to put it away and focus on the forward. But I feel like there's now a suppression here, and the suppression is needing to be looked at again. Okay, and then we'll have some forward movement. So I feel like you now come with some more balanced judgment, and I feel like you're now able to manage through this a little differently and find a sense of peace here that you might have not have been able to find with this person or about this situation, that I think allows you even more healing. And I really feel like it allows you to free something here and maybe finally let it go completely. Okay, so we need to let something go completely. We have the Knight of Swords. Yeah, the Sun in reverse, and the 8 of Swords. So I do feel one more. The Star and the 8 of Wands. Sorry, 7 of Wands, and not the 8 of Wands. Okay, so the Sun and the Star, both in reverse. These are very, very, very positive cards here, okay? So I feel like the fact they're both in reverse is because there's a little bit more in this healing and joy that you're able to find, okay? A little bit more healing that I feel like it won't just happen by suppression now. So now what we need to do is face it head on, whatever was painful, from a place of logic now, because I feel like you now understand something differently. And I feel like this is what's going to make the difference in your healing, because I feel like there's still, like I said, if we repress something, we still stay 8 of Swords in some way and held back. So exploring what this is for all of you guys, it's going to be a little bit different, will allow you now to have a better sort of footing on what this is and understanding, and then make progress. I think make progress in your healing. Allow you now to get firm foundation of footing here so that you can move forward in your healing. So don't suppress, okay? Because I do feel there is joy and happiness and further healing to be had, but It can't be pretend healing. It has to be fully experiencing pain. Again, if it comes up, let it come up. If it's anger, let the anger come up. If it's whatever, let it, whatever. We can't ignore it. So if you're ignoring someone or a situation constantly, there's a need to address it so that you can move forward from it. Don't ignore it. Don't pretend it doesn't exist. Don't say, well, I'm doing so good. Am I healing? Yes, you are. But now if we're suppressing something, it now becomes a burden and we're now carrying that. So let's review something without attachment. Let's now see it from the angle that we've had experience, and then we are able to fully let go of something that is challenging here in order so we can appreciate how far we've come, because I think that's going to give you that confidence you need for the rest of the healing and open doors to the new you that's being birthed here. Okay, so that's what I see here for your message. I hope this made sense. And for all the piles, which I don't know that you guys are all still here, but I want to release back your energy. Any sort of energy I have of yours is now back to you. And I wish you guys all the very, very best. Thank you so much for enjoying these readings. And I hope this resonated for you. I will see you soon. Bye-bye.